recording. Okay, so I received, okay, so we'll start with our assignment. Now, Audrey, I received yours and I sent you results back.
Oh, I didn't check
You
it. I
didn't
wasn't
get
in the
it?
house. I ain't a long time.
Okay,
I
because
was
that's
going to
it.
check because I ain't long time in.
Oh, okay. Well, I sent you the results back. I
Oh, okay, I'll
received
check
your
it later.
homework. I received Latoya's. I received Maureen. I didn't receive anybody else. Anybody else sent it?
Okay.
Because I didn't get it.
I think I did.
You sent me homework for college prep?
I think so. Let me look at it.
I didn't get it. Check your email and see if you sent me something, because I didn't get it. Or if you sent a text.
Oh boy. Don't tell me I did it on the paper.
Okay, well,
Let
let's
me-
look at number one. Number one, everybody who sent me in the homework got this part right, where you compare two numbers and you determine whether you put a greater than, a less than, or equal. The first one, number on the left, 16, number on the right, 14. 16 is larger. So you would put here greater than, right?
That's what I got, Miss Barbara.
Hmm?
I'm looking at the paper. I did mine. I thought I sent it in to you.
Yeah, but I didn't get it. Maybe you did, but I didn't get it.
I did all of them.
Okay, well, something happened. So that should be greater than.
Yes,
All
that's what I
right.
have.
36 and 94. 36 is smaller than 94. So you would put what?
Less than.
Less than.
Oh.
That's it. You put less than. Okay. 33 and 28. Which number is bigger?
33.
33. So you'd put what? Greater than.
Yeah.
All right. -5, -6. Maureen, which one is bigger?
-5.
-5. That's right.
What
Remember
you
the
got?
number line, the smaller the number, the greater it is. Okay. Just remember your number line. This would be greater than. Did you have that, Mel?
Yes, miss. I got all of those right.
Okay, but you didn't send them in for some reason. I don't know why.
No, I don't know. I didn't send them in.
Well, I didn't. Let's put it this way. Maybe you did, but I didn't get it. You text them or you email?
Maybe I forgot to send it to him, but I have
I
it
think
right
you
here.
forgot to send it because I got
Because I
I
make sure I
got
did it the
Maureen's
same day.
okay. I got Audrey's. I got Latoya's. You may have done them, but you didn't send them to me. Okay, 2/3 and 0.667. 2/3 is 66 and 2/3. It rounds off to 667.667. So that
Same.
should be what? An equal.
Equal.
I got
Equal.
it right.
And
Yep.
that should be equal. Okay. So I
Yeah.
think did you have all of those, Mercedes?
Yes, I got all of those right.
Yeah, but you didn't send
Miss
them.
Barbara, I'll change mine at the last minute.
I know you did, Latoya. I saw that. Latoya missed 100 on the easiest problem on the planet. Right, Latoya? I was so disappointed in you, Latoya. I couldn't believe it. I said, how did Latoya miss this one? But like you said, you changed it at the last minute. Because it's
I wrote it on my
0.666.
scrap paper and change it on my paper, missing.
Oh, you did that. Latoya, I thought you had stopped doing that. Number 6, Mercedes. What's the answer?
Where did I put it? One second. Let me find it.
5x greater than 10, and you're solving for x. What is your answer? There.
Oh, number 6.
How do you solve it?
Okay, what I did, I take away 5 on both sides.
Why take away?
I don't know. I was doubtful with this one, honestly.
What operation is 5x? I'll say these.
I don't think I remember.
Multiplication. side by
Okay.
side.
Yeah, okay,
5x
yeah.
means 5 times x. So what's the opposite of multiplication, Mercedes?
Division, divide.
Division. That's right. So you divide both sides by
Oh,
what?
yeah, Miss, I'm wrong. It's divide. The paper is divide. I say
Okay,
5 into 10 goes 2.
that's right. You got it. I knew when you look at it, you say, oh, I know what it is, right? So you have x and you have greater than,
Then
right?
2.
And 2. And what answer is that, Mercedes?
Oh, that answer is number, where are you? Number A.
That's right. Answer A. Maureen, you had that one correct, right?
Yeah.
Miss, I'm very honest, Miss. So far, I have 6 right. Although I forgot to send it in, I tried to do all of them.
Yeah, you didn't see where you sent it to me, right?
No, I don't know. It slipped me.
Yeah,
I
because
think I did
if
send
you
with
look at,
Godzilla.
if you sent an email, you look at the sent folder, and if you don't see it there, then you didn't send it.
I'm gonna check it. I think I sent it to you.
Okay.
Let me check it.
All right.
Don't-
So the answer is A. So let's go to number 7. Audrey, what's the answer to number 7? What
Number
do you do
7.
first? What do you do first? You
Mm,
solving for x, right? Let's just put that here.
yeah,
What's the first step?
multiply. I add the 2 times the 3 is 6.
You add what?
It said that's 2x plus 3, 2, right? That is 3
3x
plus 2
plus
is 5.
2 greater than 8. So what do you do first?
I subtract the 2.
That's it. Very good, Audrey. You
Wow, that's
subtract
what
the
I did
2
on both
from
sides.
both sides, right? So let's just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you get on the left side, Audrey?
The left side is 3x,
3x. Okay.
and then I divided the 6 by the 3, and then I get the 2.
Wait, let's just do it. Okay, so plus 2 minus 2 goes to 0, right? So you'll have greater than, and 8 minus 2 is 6. So what did you do, Audrey?
I divide the 6 by the 3,
Okay,
divide 3 by both sides.
that's it. Okay, very good. So you divided both sides by 3. And that gave you what?
D, answer D.
X greater than
That's greater
2.
than, that's greater than 2.
Answer D. That's correct. So X greater than 2. Let's put that greater than
X greater than
2. Make that a little X to be consistent. Okay. And that matches D. So answer D. Mercedes, any questions?
2. Can you hear me, Barbara?
I can hear you.
Okay, guess what? I did it all the way down and get to that. The only thing was wrong right here. This sign I did it the wrong way. I turned the open to 2 instead of to X, so I didn't get that wrong. I did it right the way she did it, exactly the way she did it, except the
And
final
what did
answer.
you do?
I should have X is greater than 2.
She said
But
she found the same.
I have X is less than 2. But
Why
I did,
did you switch the inequality?
I don't know.
You do that when you divide by negative, right?
Okay, I forgot that part.
Yeah, when you divide by negative, then you reverse the inequality. But you didn't divide by negative here, you divided by positive,
Yeah,
right?
so I will wanna get that one next time.
Okay,
But so far I did all of it the way she did it, all the way down, except for that
okay,
error.
very good. Yeah, because
Which one?
sometimes I give you a question and I say, which step do you do first? And then some people will look and say, I divide by 3, but no, you've got to take the 2, get the constants together. So
Yeah.
I subtracted 2 from both sides.
Yeah, I choose B instead of D.
Okay. Okay, that was number 7. Let's go to number 8. Number 8 was 3x minus 5 less than 5. So let's just put that there. Maureen, how do you solve this one?
Which
3x
one?
minus 7 less than 5. How did you solve number 8? What did you do first?
I just get my answer. I don't figure. I figure out the. Let's see.
Maureen, what do you do first? What step do you do first? You want to get your constants together. So what do?
Okay. I do 3x, right? It's then minus 7.
Yeah, minus 7 less than 5. So what do
Yeah,
you do
that's
first?
fine. So what I did, let's see. I had it right somewhere. I put the 3x minus 7 is less than 5, right?
Right. Yeah.
So then I put the 3 to bottom, right? And
You want to get the 7 with the 5, get those constants together, that minus 7. So what you do on both sides so that the 7 is on the right side? You'd add the
subtract.
7, right? No, you wouldn't subtract because it's a negative. You'd add the 7, correct? Because this is a subtraction, so you do the opposite, and that's adding. And then you add the 7 to the right side. Now, sometimes you can see your answers, Maureen, so I can see why you say, well, I know I didn't do that, but I know I got the right answer. And that's okay. But I'm going through the steps for those that may not be able to see the answer. You follow? So, Maureen, what do I get on the left side?
3x.
That's right, 3x. And the minus 7 plus 7 is 0. So then I have less than, and 7 plus 5 is what?
7 plus 5.
Mhm.
7 plus 5 is 12.
12, that's right. Okay. And then that's when, in this step, you do what? What's the next step? You've got 3x less than 12. So what did you do next?
Divide
That's it. Divide both
Oh,
sides by
by
3.
3.
So let's just put a 3. Both sides by 3. So let's just underline. Okay, so we put a 3 on the left, 3 on the right. So let's put the 3. Put the 3 on the right, 3. And make it bigger. So we divide both sides by 3. So what is your answer, Maureen?
4. 3 into 12 is 4.
That's right. So what do we get? X what?
X is less than 4.
That's it. X is less than 4. Okay. Mercedes, you okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Did
I
you
do it
do
all the
that one?
way down like that, except again,
What happened?
I put the wrong sign for the answer. I put X is more than 4.
So see, you reverse the sign when you don't have
Yeah,
to. Remember the rule, you reverse the sign when you
mix up the
divide by
part.
a negative. So this answer, X less than 4, would be answer C, right?
Is that a half for that answer, miss?
Nope, no half. This is either wrong or right.
Oh boy.
And
Two of
that's the
them.
way the professionals
accept.
grade your test,
Accepted.
unless they have you set it up and answer and then give you, points for setup. But in usually in multiple choice, especially with the GED, they just grade the answer. That's it. They don't really ask how you do it. They give you, or you don't get scratch paper anymore. You get a what? A scratch pad? They stopped giving you the scratch paper.
Mm-hmm.
I think they give you a pad to write on that you can erase. Okay. Any questions on number 8?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So Mercedes, you see
There's the answer
your
what again?
mistake. The answer is C.
Yeah.
X less
Yeah.
than 4.
Almost got it.
Audrey,
again.
did you have that one correct?
No, I went wrong. I wrote it in paper, but then I put it on the wrong answer.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Two of us, eh?
I got that wrong.
Now here is one, Mercedes, where you divide by negative.
I think I put it
So
wrong.
what's your answer for this one, Mercedes?
Oh, miss. That's number 9.
Number 9.
What the answer? Oh, the answer I have is answer B.
You have answer B.
Yeah.
Okay. So you reverse the sign for the negative. And that's what the answer is.
That's what's right. Yay!
Right. Because here you're dividing by -2, and 7 over -2 is a -3.5. But since you divide by negative, that less than become greater than. So answer B. Everybody follow that? Number 9?
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mercedes, all of the other ones you were reversing the signs incorrectly, but this one where you have a negative is when you reverse the inequality sign. The
Okay.
less than becomes the greater than. The minus
Okay.
3.5 is because you divide a positive by negative, and that gives you the 3.5, negative 3.5. Questions? Audrey,
That's right.
number 10. What's the answer?
True.
Minus 2x greater than 12. 6 is a solution? You said
Yes.
true?
I said true. Yes.
What is x equal to? Let me just copy this here. Tell me what
6.
x is equal to.
6.
It's 6? How do you solve for x?
You divide
Yeah, you divide. What do you divide by?
divide 12 by 2.
Yeah, you divide by
2
negative
2
2.
from both. Divide 2.
You divide by -2, right?
Oh,
want
it's a
just
2.
X.
Yes.
Minus 2,
Yeah.
both sides. And what would that give you? This is a -2.
Oh, negative
What
2
does that
gives you
give
2.
you, Audrey?
Negative 2.
That's a -2. So what's a 12
You give you positive.
divided by -2?
You give you positive 6.
Oh. Unlikes
Negative,
divide to
negative?
give you negative.
Negative. Okay.
Yes, so x would be what? Greater than what?
Negative 6.
Negative
Greater
6.
than
Is
negative
that
6.
true or false then? It says 6
that's
is a
true.
solution. So is that true or false? Is 6 a solution?
Yes. True.
But 6 and -6 are not the same, Audrey.
Okay.
So what's the
That
answer?
means it's false.
False. Answer B, false.
Okay. So I get that one wrong because they had true.
Yeah, because you
That is
can't
negative.
I had
say
that
a
one wrong
plus
too.
6 is you had that wrong too,
Yeah.
Maureen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had it wrong.
Okay. answer B because it says true or false. You can't make a negative equal to a positive. A
Yeah, I don't see
negative
that.
6 is
Negative.
not the same as a plus 6. And sign makes a difference.
The same. Uh-huh.
Is
What's the
having
answer, Miss?
Okay.
$6 the same as owing somebody $6?
Okay.
Is that the same, Mercedes?
No.
Say that again, please. Sorry.
Is having $6 in your pocket
Yes,
the
ma'am.
same as owing somebody $6?
No, it's become negative.
Yeah, so -6 not the same as a +6. Correct?
So the answer is -6.
Yeah, when you solve for X, you get -6. My question was 6 a solution of this inequality? No, the solution is a -6, not a +6. 6 without a sign is a +6.
Oh,
You follow?
yeah. I have -6 for my answer.
But your answer was it true or false that 6 is a solution?
Okay. So I have true. Am I wrong?
You're wrong. 6 is not the same as -6. When
Okay.
you solve this, you get a -6. So you go back up here and say, is that the same as a 6? No. A +6 is not the same as a -6.
Okay. So
The answer is false.
Do you find the answer is false? Maureen, you said you had true also, right?
Yeah.
So you can't equate these signs. A plus is not equal to a
All
negative.
learn these things.
Okay?
You got to learn something negative and it's
So
positive and
that's
negative
it.
and
So
negative.
keep those straight now. A negative is not the same as a positive, even for the same number.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay.
So don't forget your signs. The signs they will follow you throughout your math. Okay? All right, let's go to no questions on number 10.
Mhm.
Okay.
I
let's go
understand
to-
what you went wrong.
You understand it now, Audrey?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, because you solved it and you got the negative. You said, oh, that's a 6. That's the same. You gotta
Yeah, I
look
see
at the
negative.
signs.
I left off the negative. That's what happened. When we were
That's
doing
right.
it.
When you solved it, you have a negative. And yeah, if you leave off the negative, you say, oh, it comes out 6. That's correct. You say, oh, that's true. But when you divide plus by minus, you get minus. Unlike signs, give you negative in division and multiplication. Okay, let's go to number 11. Now, number 11, I had an error, and thank you, Latoya. You saw there was an error, and you solved it the way it was, and you gave an answer that wasn't any of these. That's correct, but I gave everybody credit for this one, regardless of what you put here, because I had a +7, but when I had a -7, but then when I put yours in, I put a +7. So you got an answer of 2, right? But it should have,
I got that
it
too.
should have been a -7. Well, actually, with the
Mhm.
+7, you don't get a 2. You get a different answer.
Mm.
But for the -7, you'll get the answer 2.
Mm.
Now, I want someone to tell me how to solve. Let's go here. Maureen, you solved this, right?
No,
You didn't solve 11?
I know.
Audrey, what about you? Did you solve it?
You had.
Well, I had it
I
as
got
a
my answer
+7,
too.
but I'm changing now as a -7. And that's what it should have been. So tell me, Audrey, how would you solve this
-7.
inequality? How would you
-7.
solve this problem the way I have it here? What would you do first? And there's
So
actually,
it'd be -7 plus 4, or it would be -7.
well, you can't add a -7 to +4 because this is a 4m. That's not the
So
same.
it'd be you had never see
Plus
7 less than 4. That's what you mean?
No. How would you solve this inequality? Tell me, what do you do? What would you do first?
I would subtract all the negative. No, you gotta add the negatives, right?
Tell me,
Negative
what would you
7.
do? What would you do with the -7?
-7.
Well, on the left side, you
Plus
can combine a -7
15.
and a 10. What would that give you?
3.
A
Yeah,
-7
I
and
don't
a
understand what you
+10. No, Audrey, on the left side, this
It's
constant
-7.
and a +10. What does that give you?
-7 and plus 10
Yep.
is -3.
Subtract, use the sign of the bigger number. So what would it be, Audrey?
7 plus 10.
-7 and a +10. Subtract
is-
and
is
the
3.
sign of the bigger number, that's 3. So what's the bigger number between 7 and 10? Talking absolute value now.
7.
No. 10 is bigger than 7. When you're saying which one the biggest, you don't look at the signs. You say 7 and 10.
Uh-huh.
10 is bigger,
Bigger.
and it has a plus, so my answer would be a plus. So that would be a 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A -7 and a +10 would give you a 3. So now you'd have 3 plus 4m greater than 15 minus 2m. Everybody follow what I did? Questions?
Mhm.
Mercedes, you know what we did?
Yeah.
-2.
What did we do, Mercedes?
You subtract the -10 from plus. I'm sorry, 7 from +10. Give
Yeah,
you
because
answer
that's
3.
like adding 7 to both sides. So if you add
Yeah.
a 7, like, well, but since they're all on the same side, right? You could just subtract the 7 from the 10 and get a 3. So you've got the 7 -7 plus 10 is 3, and then now the 4m. So on the right, now you have 15 minus 2m. Now, Mercedes, what would you do next?
You're going to get a 4m and 2m together.
Okay, so how would we do that? What that would give you?
2.
That would give me 2m.
4m minus 2m, but you're going to add 2m to both sides, right?
Because 2m is minus.
So what would that give you? A 4m and add the 2m to both sides. So what would you get on the left side?
On the left side, I'm going to get 5.
No, you're
Because I'm
adding 2m to
to
both
3.
sides. So what would be on the
No.
left side? 4m plus 2m.
That's 5m, sorry. What
4
you just did?
plus 2 is what?
6m.
So that would be 6m, right? So you'd
Yeah.
have 3
Plus
plus
6m.
6m, right? Greater than 15. Because we added the 2m. So 2m
Yeah.
plus 2m minus 2m, 0. So now you have 3 plus 6m greater than 15. What do you do next, Mercedes? What's the next step?
You gotta subtract 3 from both sides.
That's right. So what do I get? Tell me what's left when I do that.
So you're going to have 6m leave. Plus,
Okay,
the
6m.
2 become a 0.
Okay, 6m greater than, and what would I have over on the right side?
So on the right side, you're gonna subtract 3 from the 15.
You mean 3.
Oh, 3. Yeah,
And
that's what
so
I'm
what
saying.
would that give you?
That would give me 12 left.
12. There we go. All right. Now, what's your next step, Mercedes?
Ooh. So we're trying to. So the next step you're going to again subtract.
No, I've got to solve for M. So how do I solve for M?
Um um subtract 6 from both sides.
No. Why would you subtract?
Divide,
You're not
I am.
adding. It's a multiplication.
divide.
Oh lordy.
That's right, Audrey. What did you say, Audrey? Audrey was telling you. What do you do, Audrey? You said it
Divide the
correct.
6.
Divide on both sides.
Yeah, you got to divide
On both sides.
both sides. So 12 by 6. 6M divided by 6 is just what? M. So that would be greater than 2,
2.
right? So what answer is that?
So your answer is A. Where are you? Yeah.
Answer would be A. 'Cause A answer is 2. So your answer here would be A.
I didn't do well with that one, miss. I didn't comprehend it so well.
Yeah, well, this was one, and we went through some of these. This was one where you have what? Variables on both sides. The variable is
Yes,
on both
yes.
sides.
I
Okay.
sort of mixed them up and forgot how to
Yeah.
calculate them.
Well, the different ways that you could do this one. This one was the one you just do one way. You may want to try to get the variables together first and then the constant. So, but the thing is, you need to get the M's all together and you need to get the numbers all together. Okay. How you do it could vary. But since you had the -7 and the 10 on the same side, you can just go ahead and combine those. And that's how we got the 3. And then now we have 3 and 15. We need to get together. So that's subtracting 15 minus 3 is 12. So you have 6M greater than 12. Then you divide. And the reason you divide is because this is a multiplication, Mercedes. Remember, that's not an addition or subtraction. That says 6 times the variable M.
Okay, because
Go ahead.
we divide because the 6 is with the M, you say, what is it?
That's a multiplication.
Okay.
Remember multiplication, you can have a X, you can have a dot, you can have an asterisk, you can have side by side, you could have parentheses. So 6M means 6 times M. Let me just write it here. 6M, that's equal to, and I'll put it in parentheses, 6 times M. That's a multiplication. That's a side by side. 2X is 2
Yeah.
times X.
I understand that, but I don't understand how it becomes a division. That's a little part that it slipped me. That little
How
part.
what?
Because you divided 6 afterwards on both sides.
Because it's a multiplication.
Oh, okay.
Opposite of multiplication is division. Opposite of addition is subtraction. Opposite of subtraction is addition.
Okay, so I have to put in my head, remember.
Opposite of division is multiplication. Yes,
Okay.
you pair them together. If variable connected with a constant by, with a coefficient by multiplication, then you do the opposite, which is division. If they're connected by addition, then you do subtraction.
Okay.
So just remember how you pair those up: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Whenever
Okay.
you see a variable right next to a coefficient, that's multiplication. Side by side multiplication.
Okay.
And that's 6 parentheses time M parentheses, or you could say 6x for multiplication times M. You could say 6 asterisk time M. Okay,
Yes.
questions? So, because remember, multiplication appears in different ways.
Oh, yes. It's
But
very tricky for me.
The one of the most common one is really side by side. You see that all the time, a coefficient and a variable.
Yes.
Minus 2p, minus 2 times p. Got it?
Okay, thank you.
You got it?
Yes, miss.
Okay, Maureen, number 12. Read it, give me the answer.
Where's number 12?
Now remember I told you a number can be any variable from A to Z. When I say a number, and you pick any variable you want and then give me the expression. So Maureen, what would be your answer?
Write the equality for the following expression. 7 minus a number is less than 10.
Okay,
So I write 7
7. Okay,
minus a
so what do I put for the minus?
minus.
Minus sign, okay, minus. And the number you said is what?
A
A, okay. Now the
is
less than,
than 10.
yeah, less than
10.
10. That's the answer.
Yes, I got that one right.
All right, very good, Mercedes, excellent. 7 minus a number is less than 10. 7 minus Z is less than 10. 7 minus Q less than 10. 7 minus X less than 10. Any variable of your choice. All right.
Cause remember, miss, I couldn't do the expression when you give us all the time. And I sat down and read it and I read it and I said, okay, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, well, that's good. 7,
Yeah.
put the 7 there. Like Maureen said, minus, put your minus sign. A number, she chose the letter A as her A number, less than sign, and then 10. That's your answer. Any questions? What, Audrey, you were using greater than or equal and less than or equal. Remember, I told you we were only doing greater than and less than. We didn't do any problems with greater than or equal and less than or equal, because I want to go through that later. So
Yes, I
none
did
of
wrong. I
these
did
had
my wrong.
those kind of answers, right?
Yeah, I did my wrong.
Yeah, because what you sent me had greater than or equal, either less than or equal, but we hadn't gotten to those inequalities. Right? And plus, it didn't say less than or equal; it said just less than. Less than or equal would be then the less than with the dash over. Less than or equal. Okay, number 13. Write the inequality for the following expression. Let me go next. Okay, Audrey. Now, since you know we're not using greater than or equal, less than equal, tell me what would you write for this inequality? 2 times a number is greater than 15. Use any variable you want for the number. So what would I write?
2
2
B
D, all right. So you got
greater
2 times
than.
a number. And greater than, right?
Yeah,
So let's just put the greater than symbol. Okay, there's the greater than. That's greater than what, Audrey?
15.
15, that's your answer. 2D. 2D is 2 times a number. Your number, you use D. Greater than, there's a symbol, and 15, then 15.
I didn't get that one.
What happened?
I
Mercedes?
misunderstood how to write it.
2 times a number? That's the
Oh,
side-by-side multiplication I just told you
okay,
about.
so when you say 2 times, I should put a letter beside the 2.
Well, or you could have put it in parentheses. You could say 2 in parentheses times D in parentheses.
Okay.
Okay. Or if you want to use X, you can say 2 times X, X or asterisk.
Well,
But it's
let me,
easier just to put it side by side. But if you
okay.
had you chosen to use one of those symbols, that would have been okay. If you would say
This is
2
what I wrote.
asterisk D.
What I wrote was 2 times B greater than 15.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Really? Good
Sure,
try?
because 2 times is the same as saying 2D.
Oh, I got it right then.
Yeah, but the
Because I get
thing
it
is,
wrong.
it's just more simple to put them
You write
side
it
by
that way.
side, because like you had to solve this with D, you just divide both sides by 2. But you could do it with an asterisk or a times. But if you wrote, so you wrote this 2, and you used the
Times.
X
Yes.
times D, okay, and then you put the greater than
Yes.
15. That's correct.
That's how I have it.
That is acceptable.
Oh, good. So I got it
You could
right
have
then.
put any multiplication sign you wanted to. In other words, this could have been an asterisk. It could have been a dot. You could have even put 2 in
Yes.
parentheses, D in parentheses, greater than
Okay.
15. They all would have been correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Questions on 13.
No, miss, thank you.
Now, Maureen, let's see which one you said you didn't get right. Okay, you got this one right, Maureen? Okay, let's let Audrey do this one. Audrey, what's the answer to twice a number is less than 25? Tell me what you would write. Twice a number means what number times a number?
Plus 2 plus something.
Twice a number. That's a multiplication. But
Okay,
twice
2A.
means what number? Twice has a meaning. What does it mean?
Twice means to either add or multiply.
No. When you say twice,
This is
well, if you
two.
say once is what number?
1.
Okay, so what's
Twice is 2.
Twice is 2. So tell me what to write.
Okay. 2x, right?
That's twice a
2x
number less than, right?
Mhm.
But
less
less
than
than, and then
5.
what goes behind that?
25.
25. That's your answer,
Yes.
right? I know Maureen had that one right. 2x
Miss,
less than 25.
miss, I have 2B less than 25.
That's okay. Remember,
Yay.
the variable can be anything from A to Z. Audrey chose X, but
Mhm.
could have been Y, could have been Q, could have been T.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Twice a number, 2 times a number, variable, less than, there's a less than inequality, 25. That's your answer. Questions on 14.
No, thank you, miss.
All right. Now, Maureen, this is the one you told me you didn't do.
Yeah.
Well, this is the one you didn't do, and you said you didn't understand it, right?
Right.
But yes, but you do understand it, and I'll show you why. Okay. A number divided by 3. Let's just take that one. Now, what variable do you want to pick for the number?
Oh, how is C?
Okay, so you say C.
Mhm.
Okay, now divided, what symbol you want to use for divide? You could use a
slash.
dash, a slash, or that division dot over
I
dash.
can use the slash.
Okay, slash, very good. So C divided by, and what do I put after the slash?
3.
3, excellent, okay. Now, minus, so what do I put now?
Less than.
Minus the same number. So what do I write?
Minus 3.
Maureen? Minus the same number.
Okay,
So
minus
your
3.
number, no, your number is C.
Oh, I see.
Right. When you say a number, it's
Oh,
right here.
oh, I
You
see.
you chose C, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the same number will still be C. You
Oh,
say the same number,
oh, yeah.
you
Yeah,
still use that
see.
same variable, right?
See.
So that's minus, put the minus here.
Uh,
Minus, let's see,
See.
excuse me. And then what goes next, Maureen? Multiply. Then same number is multiplied by what?
6.
So we can put, excuse me, we can put the 6 here. Same number multiplied by 6 is 6 times C.
Mhm.
Okay, now what goes next, Maureen? You only have is greater than one more than the number. So let's just put the greater than and you tell me what goes behind it. How would I write one more than the
Greater
number?
than 1 more than the
And the
number.
number is still your C. Okay,
C plus C.
one more than your number C, Maureen. What would I write?
I don't know.
No, you do know. What's your number? You pick what?
Three.
What variable? C.
C.
So how do you write one more than C?
B plus B.
Oh, 1.
No, no,
One.
I'm talking to Maureen.
I said
Of
it's
the
greater
party.
than
Maureen.
1 more than the number 6. See?
So how would I write one more than C, Maureen?
Listen. 1 more.
Maureen, how would I write one more than C? What operation is that?
Hold on, because I don't know.
One more. Okay, let me put C here. Okay, there's your number. Now, how do I put one more here? How would I write
Another C.
mathematically one more?
Oh, you will put, I don't know.
One more
A
means
C.
what operation? No, Maureen. What operation does more than mean?
More me add.
That's it. Very good. So the more than means you will be adding. So then you want to add to the C. And what do you want to add to the C?
More.
One more than. So what do I put after the plus, Maureen?
And that C?
No, one more than the C. There's the C. That's the number. One more than that. You're right. You add. So what am I adding to the C?
2.
Maureen, there it is right there.
1?
One. That's
Take
it.
so long, Maureen.
Very good, Maureen. See, I told you could figure it out. See, one more than, so you put a 1. So you said the number C divided by 3 minus 6 times the same number, that's C, is greater than, there's the greater than symbol, 1 more than the number. The number is still C. And you said add, so you just add 1 to the C. Any questions?
Miss.
Yes, Mercedes.
I have in front of my 1. No, behind my 1, I have this, the greater than sign.
Behind your what?
Okay, let me tell you what I have. I have B divide 3 minus 6 times B greater than 1.
But it says greater than 1 more than the number, Mercedes. Greater than 1 more than the number. So that same number you picked was B, you would have B plus 1.
So I have to have the B in front of the greater than sign.
No, behind it.
Behind it.
Is greater. See, there's the greater than B plus 1. You chose the variable B. So you'd have B over 3 minus 6B greater than B plus 1. More than means, like Maureen said, add.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I kind of don't understand the greater than with the letter in front of it.
The letter in front of it, what, the C?
Yeah.
But
I don't
once you pick the variable, that variable is going to be put every place. It's going to be put here, a number divided by C. There's your variable. Minus, there's your minus.
Yeah.
6 times the same number multiplied by 6. There's your
Yeah.
same variable times the
Yeah.
6 greater than one more. That's the same number.
So it's
So-
another letter. Oh, got you now.
Yeah, the
That's-
number is the variable. And once you
Yeah, I
choose
know.
it, you put it here, number divided by 3, minus 6 times the same number. So you put it here. And then greater than one more than the number, then you put the C here. See that
Oh,
that
okay.
variable is going to be 3
It's
places.
greater than one more. Okay.
Yes.
One more is another
And
letter
one more
again.
means to add 1 to it.
Than the
Add
number.
1 to the number.
So I don't know why you put the plus.
You know why we put the plus?
No. 'Cause I'm
Maureen,
reading.
why did we put the plus?
Because they say one more. Oh,
Oh,
they say
than the
greater
number.
than one, more than the number.
Okay, okay.
So 1 more than, like Maureen said, means you add. So you add 1 to that number.
Yeah, okay. So you have to put +1.
You got it? Yeah, so that'd be +1. And if I said 3 more than the number, it would be your variable +3.
Okay.
You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're translating the words to the math,
Yes.
right? Because you say divided by, you have to put your division symbol. And Maureen chose the slash. You could have put the dash, or you could put the division sign. All right. But the slash works quite nice here. Numbers, variable C by 3 minus the same number multiplied by 6. 6C. Here again, Mercedes, where you said 6 times you use the X. You could do that, but you'd put it in parentheses.
Okay.
If you said 6 times your B, put the 6 times the B in parentheses. Okay.
Yes, thank you very
And
much.
greater than one more than the number there again, same number. So if you said y over 3 minus 6y greater than y plus 1.
Thank you, Miss Barbara.
Okay, questions on 15.
No, ma'am.
I told you, Maureen, you could work this out. Remember, you said, no, I don't understand it. But when you take
Can I
it
get
step
off
by
for this
step,
one too?
hmm?
Get off for this one, miss.
What is the question?
Forget it, miss. I was looking at off. I said I did
Well,
all of it except for the last little bit right there.
what was your question, Mercedes?
No, it was a joke question. I was asking if I get the off for this one.
Mercedes, either it's right or it's not right.
Okay. Oh boy.
You got to put it all together here. You had 3 things to
Yes,
do.
ma'am.
You had the
Math is
division,
tough.
you had the multiplication, and you had the one more than. And of course, then you're greater than inequality. So is this clear to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
No
just
problem.
break it down in steps.
Yes, listen carefully.
Now,
Very-
sometime I give you a problem and I don't say a number. I will give you the actual variable. You know,
Okay,
y
yes.
divided by 3 or whatever I put. But if I don't give it to you, then you choose your own variable.
Okay.
Maureen asked me the question, do I use the number? Do I use the letters? And I told her the number is represented with a variable. You use anything from A to Z. Because she had it right, but she put numbers in there. But the number here is not a number. A number is a variable. Okay?
There's
Question.
15 on me.
Mercedes, what's the question?
15 maths in all, miss.
15 what?
What he gave us to do, it was 15 in all of them. There's 15 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 15. That was the last
So I
one.
get 4 wrong.
Oh,
not
very
bad.
good. Excellent. I think Maureen, you had what? 12, 12
I had no, I
right
had
out of the
11.
14? Because you didn't do the 15, so I
Yeah, I had
put
11
yours
and I
over
didn't.
14.
I had 11, but I didn't do 15.
And
I had
Latoya,
two. I had two. I had two rounds, 10 and 11, and I didn't do 15.
yeah, so, but if you didn't do it, I didn't count it as your total.
Right.
But anyway, Latoya had them all right except the equal at the beginning.
Oh,
Otherwise, she was okay. Audrey, you had a lot of them right too. But your mistake, one of your big mistakes was using that greater than or equal, and we had nothing with greater than or equal. So
Yeah,
had you stayed with greater than or less than, you probably would have gotten
yeah, I
all
misunderstand that one. That's
correct.
all.
You were on the right track on 15, but somehow you didn't finish it.
Mhm.
Yeah. But now you understand it, right, Audrey?
Yes,
Okay. Now
yeah.
let's go
Letters instead
to
of numbers.
let's go to what we will be doing today. Let's see. New share. Okay. All right. Now we want to do greater than. Where's the rounding coming from? Paper? Is that you, Audrey?
Oh, that was me. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right. Let's look at some inequalities. Now these are greater than or equal and less than or equal. Now, all I want you to do is just tell me, and there's several answers you can have to these. I just need you to tell me what values are correct for these inequalities. Let me just get my pen. Okay, my writing pen. Now, Mercedes, y greater than or equal to 70? What are some answers you could give me here? I need two answers that these values could be. What are some of the y values?
What are some of the y values?
Yeah, y is a number greater than or equal to 70. I want you to give me two numbers that's greater than or equal to 70.
Two numbers.
Yes,
It is greater than or equal to 7.
70.
Okay, I could say 35 and 35.
Wait, Mercedes. I want numbers that's greater than 70 or equal to 70. Give me two values. I didn't say less than. 35 is less than 70.
I thought I misunderstood the question. I thought you meant two numbers that is.
Yeah, I want two numbers that satisfy this inequality. That's what I want. Two different numbers that satisfy this inequality. Give me two.
That, and the number should be less than or equal to.
No. What does this mean? This means greater than or equal to.
Greater than or equal to, less than or. Okay, the bottom part say what values are.
Correct for
Yeah.
these inequalities. And it's several you could give me. I just want you to give me two of them. Let's see, make that up. Okay. Yeah, just give me two values that satisfy the inequality. Two values that's greater than 70 or equal to 70. Just give me two values.
Okay, can I say 69 or
Wait, Mercedes, I said greater. 69 is less than 70.
or 80 or 69, something like that.
No, 69 is less than.
Two number must be greater.
Both numbers you give me should be greater than or equal to 70.
Okay. 75 and 80.
That's it, 75 and 80. Okay. Now you could have given me 70 because I said less, greater than, or equal, but
Equal to.
that's okay. Both of these numbers are greater than 70. So everybody follow what I'm asking for? I'm asking for
Mhm.
two numbers that satisfy this inequality. So greater than or equal to 70, Mercedes gave me 75 and 80. Now, give me two numbers that's greater than or equal to -5, Audrey, the second one.
Two numbers that is greater than.
Greater than or equal.
Okay. -5.
-5, that's an equal. Very good. Give me another one. Give me one greater. You gave me the equal. Now give me one greater.
-7.
That's smaller. Remember the number
-7.
line? The bigger the number, the smaller the number. The smaller
Oh,
the value. Because think of your
2.
number line.
And it's 2.
What is it?
It says 2 negative.
No, you just give me a number. Because
Negative
greater
5.
than or equal to -2. Now you gave me a -5. -5 is equal. Give me a number greater than a -5. I think you said one.
6.
Yeah, 6 is all right. That's greater than a -5. Okay. -5 is equal to, and 6 is greater than a -5. Now, Z greater than or equal 200. Maureen, two numbers, greater than or equal 200.
100.
100 is less than.
Oh,
It's got to be greater than 200 or less or equal to 200. So give me two numbers.
I said I said 225.
225. Okay, that's greater than. What's another number?
Okay.
Greater than 200.
250.
250. Very good. Okay. Now, less than or equal to 10, Mel, say these two numbers, less than or equal to 10. Mercedes, you're on mute.
Okay, hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Less than two numbers less than or equal to 10.
So if we say 10 is equal,
Yeah, 10 is equal. Very good.
and I could say 9.
9, that's right. 9 is less than. Okay. Now, less than or equal to -12, Audrey. Give me two numbers.
Okay, this
Less
6.
than or equal to -12.
12.
What did you say?
Okay,
Remember, it's
-6.
less than or equal.
-6.
-6 is greater than a -12.
It is.
Yes, remember your number line? Further away you get
Oh,
away from
God.
0, the smaller the number.
Okay, -2.
-2 bigger.
Okay, 0.
0 is bigger.
Negative. Oh my God. What is -12? Less than?
Less
You
than
said
or
less than.
equal. Less than or equal. Two numbers.
Okay, -12.
-12 is equal.
She's right.
And
Less than.
1, -1.
-1 is greater.
So you put 0?
No,
I
when
don't
you put your number line. Okay, let me just
know.
show
Number
you.
9.
Now here's a number line. I just want you.
-3.
See, when you're in
Number
doubt,
6.
just draw a number line, right? And there's a 1, a 2,
Okay, number 9.
and a 3.
1,
Always draw your number line, right?
2,
Okay,
3,
now
4,
here
5,
I
6,
got a minus 1.
7, 8, 9,
And over here, I'll just put a minus 10.
10.
A bit small,
Now,
Miss Barbara.
what's the
It's a bit,
Mercedes?
it's a bit small.
Okay, well, let me make it bigger.
Oh, she said no. Okay, this is -1,
All right,
-2.
this is a
Mhm.
3.
Before,
This is a 2. This is a 1. This is a 0. This is a minus 1. And this is a minus 10. Now, when you go from right to left, your numbers are getting smaller. So a minus 10 is smaller than a negative 1. So if I say less than a negative 12, what would I put here, Audrey? Give me a number less than a negative 12. Remember, as I go from right to left, and if I go from right to left,
-8,
they're getting smaller.
negative,
Okay,
-8.
negative 8's bigger.
Oh, I don't understand that. I don't understand.
Go back,
Huh?
reverse.
No, let me do this. Okay.
Understand if I don't understand it. You gotta go for my number line. I gotta sound
Let me do this. Okay. Now, everybody should put a number line down. Write a number line. Let's just put,
Let me get a number line.
here
Okay.
we go.
Okay, so
Now,
you get
let's
the
put a
0.
0 in the middle.
Okay,
let's
0 in
put-
the middle.
And let's put positive over here. Make this big.
On the right hand side,
On the right-hand side, these are all positive. 2.
it's positive. Okay, so that is
Right,
okay.
3,
1, 2,
okay.
3, 4,
Now on the
5,
left,
6,
these are
7,
negative.
8.
So I put a minus
Negative. So
1,
that is
minus 2.
mhm,
And let me just bring this over here. And I put a minus
1, 2, 3,
14.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Skipping numbers here, but I just want you to see. This is a minus 13. And there's a minus 12. Okay. Now, I didn't put everything here, but I just want you to see it. Now, as I go from right to left, like here, this is the right. Let's just do this. Going from right to left, my numbers are getting smaller. Going from left to right, they're getting bigger. So 0 is bigger than a negative 1, but smaller than a positive 1. Okay. A minus 14 is smaller than a minus 13. A minus
14 is
13
smaller.
is smaller than a minus 12. So, Audrey, when I said less than or equal minus 12, you gave me a minus 12. What's another number I could put here?
Okay, she said now minus 13.
It's, yeah, minus 13, because that's smaller. There's a
Oh, I
minus
don't think
12,
so.
and as I move to the bigger absolute value of the negatives, they really become smaller. So a minus 15 is smaller than a minus 13. So two
Oh,
numbers less than or equal to minus 12 would be a minus 12, and any number with the absolute value bigger than 12. So that means it could be 13, 14, 20, 25. Okay, you got it?
uh-huh.
Always
so.
be able to put your number line and put the 0 in the middle and put
You
your
got so much of them out here.
on the right and all your negatives on the left. But as you go forth on your negatives from right to left,
Okay.
your number is getting
Okay.
smaller. Well, just think of this, it's getting further away from 0, so it's smaller, right? Here's your 0 here. All these numbers are getting away, further away from the 0, so they're getting smaller.
6, 4, 3, 2, 1.
These numbers are getting away from the 0 on the right side, they're getting bigger. So a 3 is bigger than a 0. But a negative 3, or say here a negative 2, is less than a 0. Got it?
I think so.
Question? There are questions on the negatives. So b less than or equal to -12, you could put, like Audrey put, the -12 is an equal. And then a less than would be any number absolute value greater than 12, like a 13, a 14, a 15, a 16, but they would be negative, not positive. Okay? Any questions?
Okay.
All right. Y less than or equal to 650. Okay, Maureen, two numbers less than or equal to 650.
Less than
Less than or equal to 650. Give me two numbers.
I got 500.
500. Very good. That's one. And what's another one?
Okay.
Less than or equal 650. One more.
650.
What's the number?
650.
650, because that's equal. Okay. So I want you to be able to recognize numbers less than or equal or greater than or equal, because that's what we're looking at now. Greater than or equal to and less than or equal to, always indicated with the greater than sign and a dash underneath, or less than with a dash underneath. Got it? Okay, let's look here. We want to know how to graph these numbers on a number line. Now here's a number line. Now, if you're graphing just a number like this, like 2, you just put a dot where the number is. Just put a dot. That means x is equal to 2. If I put a dot here, then x would be a -6. Got it?
Mhm.
Just put the number on the number line. Now, if you were doing the greater than or equal, less than or equal, or greater than or greater than, okay, less than or equal or less or greater than or equal, you fill in the dot. Okay, greater than or less than, you don't fill in the dot. And I give you some examples. Okay, here's the way. If x is 3, you just put a dot on the line 3. That's 3. Like that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So if the variable just equal to the number, you just put the dot on the number. Right? If it's greater than or equal or less than or equal, that means that you including the number, you but put a dot and put it into the arrow, the line in the direction of what you're saying. So if you say greater than or equal to 3, that means all these numbers coming after 3, like 3, 4, 5, etc., because they are greater than or equal, right? And you're including the 3. Whereas later when we look at greater or less, we don't include the number. Now, less than or equal to 3, put the dot on the 3 and go in the direction where it's less than, and that's that direction. So everything that's here at the left is less than the 3. So you have the 3 here, 2 is less, 1 is less, 0 is less, -1 is less, all the way down to say -4. Now, if you say greater than, you don't shade the dot, you leave it open. And greater than, so if I put here a 3, then I go in this direction, and all those numbers are greater than 3. Whereas I say less than 3, notice still you don't shade the dot, it's open, and you go in the direction of less than 3. So all of the numbers less than 3 would be like 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, etc. Any questions on how you represent inequalities on the number line?
I just need to study that. Miss.
Questions?
Just need to study that and memorize.
Okay. Well, the thing to remember is that when the number is included, you shade. That means greater than or equal, less than or equal. When it's not included, you don't shade it. Like when we say greater than 3, we don't include the 3, only what's greater than 3. If we say less than 3, we don't shade because we don't include the 3. That's why we put the circle right there, the dot, unshaded, and everything coming after or say to the left or less than 3, because the 2, the 1, 0, all of those are less than 3. Questions?
You
But we
said
say to the left, you shade it. If you're going to the left, you shade it.
No,
Less
didn't say
than?
that. Oh. What determines whether you shade is the inequality sign, Audrey. If it's greater
No, you
than or
gotta repeat
equal
it to me
or
again,
less
'cause I
than
didn't
or
understand.
equal, you
Repeat
shade.
it to me again, because I didn't understand.
Okay, all right, Audrey. If it's greater than or equal or less than or equal, you
Okay.
shade, you fill in the
Slowly.
dot. You never fill in the dot if it's greater
Greater than
than
or
or
equal.
less than. Yeah, greater than or equal
Gre-
or less than or equal, you fill in the dot. Got it?
Okay. Greater or less, you fill in
The dot.
the dot.
Yeah, greater than or less, or greater than or equal, or less than or equal, you fill in the dot.
Okay. Greater than or equal, or you fill in the dot.
Or less than
That's
or
what you
equal.
said, right?
Yes.
Or less than.
Yes. See, here's the less than or equal, and here's the greater than or equal. Both of those inequality symbols, you fill in the dot.
Okay.
Got it? But
Greater than,
if it's
yes.
just
Okay.
greater than or just less than, you don't fill in the dot. So if you were given a graphing of a number on a line and you see it filled in, you know that if you say, if you're given a multiple choice, well, you know it's got to be either less than or equal or greater than or equal. It would not be a less than or just greater than. That's normally how they do it with multiple choices. They'll give you a number line and they say which one of these inequalities is correct for this number line. But if you see that dot shaded in, then you know it's got to be either greater than or equal or less than or equal. You could eliminate less than and greater than. Got it? Because if it was
Yes.
greater than or less than, the dot would not be shaded. It would be open. You got it?
Right. I got it.
You got
Yes.
it? So I'm saying
Yes.
it's a simple way of picking out the right answer, because if they are all shaded, if the number
Mhm.
line that they give you is shaded, and I give you combinations of greater than, less than or equal great, then you can eliminate greater than, less than, because you say if it's shaded, it can't be one of these.
It can't be right.
Be one
Right. It
of
can't be less than.
these.
Right.
You got it?
Right. Yes.
So there's a really simple way of knowing if your answer is correct, because
Correct.
you
Okay.
will never have an open with the less than or equal or greater than equal, because it always includes the number that you're referencing. Okay?
Right.
Got it?
Okay. Yes.
Any questions?
Please, will
Now,
you send a paper to us?
oh yeah, you get this. And plus we'll do some examples. Now, okay, here is, I think as you do them, it makes more sense. Okay. Now, x greater than 1. Okay, which of these, now you know it's got to be open, so you see all of the dots open, right? Greater than 1. Now, which A, B, or C, which one of these represents x greater than 1? Maureen, you know?
A.
That's it, Audrey, you got it. A, because see, it's going in this direction. Everything comes after that 1 is greater than 1, right? Now this one is at a -1. So this is like everything less than a -1 going this way. And this way is a -1, and it's everything greater than a -1. So that'd be x greater than a -1. So Audrey is absolutely correct because she said it's this one does not include the 1, only what's greater than 1, which is the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. So answer would be A. Everybody see that?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So that's some of the ways it's done. So answer is, like Audrey said, is A. All right. Okay, let's look at another one. Now, which one is correct here? A, B, C, or D? It's open, so we know it's either greater or less than. And those are your choices, greater or less than. Now, Audrey, what would you say your answer for this one? Now this one, since I put the number in front of the variable. Now think about this. This 4 represents what? Going in this direction, the 4 is
Less
greater
than?
than or less
Greater
than.
than.
Yeah, the
Or less
4
than.
is greater than,
Then.
well,
Yeah.
going in this direction, well, we're getting less than 4, right? I mean,
Uh-huh.
going in that direction, it's less than 4. So if my value is less than 4, then 4 has to be greater than the x, right? So what would be the answer?
Yes.
Yeah, you see the 4 here, and if I'm
Oh,
going in
that
this
is
direction,
A.
that's
than
it.
the
Already. That's it. You have,
Yeah.
it has to be the A because the 4, this direction getting smaller.
Mhm.
So if it's less than 4, then the 4 has to be greater than the x. So the answer would be A. Okay. So let me just put this here. Okay, circle it. There we go. That's the answer. Questions? So this is like a reverse, right? Because you see that it's getting smaller. So I'm going in the direction of less than 4. So then my 4 has to be greater than the x. And it is. It's greater than everything this here. Okay? Questions? All right. Now I want you to, okay. I want you to graph this number. Let me write it here. Okay. I want you to write this on the number line. Okay. X less than 3. Okay. Let me put the number line here. Okay. Put the 0 here. You just tell me where. I put 1, 2, 3. On the right, -1, -2, -3. Now, the dot I make would be open or close, Mercedes, for less than 3.
The dot, what you mean?
Yeah, I want to represent this on the number line. So the dot will be open or close for x less than 3.
For x less than 3.
First of all, I want to know, is the dot open or close?
Open.
And where do, okay, it's open. Now, where would I put it?
You would put it from 1 or and 3, -3
No,
to the
no,
left.
that's a +3. It's less than 3.
Hi, Patricia.
So So I have to put it where, Audrey? I'm sorry,
Go
I'm
to the
saying,
right.
yeah, put it on here, right here. Right.
Yes,
Now, if it's less than 3, which way would I go?
to the left.
Yeah, then I would just draw my line. And all these values are less than 3. Okay,
Yes,
and that's the way it will look. You got it?
yes.
So less than 3, you know it's open. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's take one where it's well, let me just draw a number line and you tell me what does it represent. Okay, now I will draw one and you tell me the inequality it represents. Here's the number line. All right, let me put the 0. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, on the left side, I have negative. Okay, now I will put, okay, I'll put my dot here. And I'll going this way. Now, I want to know what inequality does this represent? Audrey, what do you think it represents? Okay, this is the 1, right? What does it represent, Audrey?
Greater than? Greater than.
Well, if it's shaded, it's got to be either greater than or equal or less than or equal. So what would it be?
Yeah. It says it's equal to.
Tell me what to write for the inequality.
Quality is.
Now, if I'm going in this direction, is it getting bigger or smaller, Audrey? Going this way, is it smaller or
Smaller.
bigger? It's getting smaller.
It's
So tell me,
getting
so
smaller.
this got to be what? Less than or equal. So tell me what to write. Use any variable you want. X, Y, Z, A, B.
X equals less than.
X. So what would be the inequality symbol?
Less than.
No. If it's shaded, it's got to be either greater than or equal or
Oh,
less
greater
than or
than.
equal. So what would it be?
Equal to 1.
No, what
Equal.
inequality goes here?
Okay. Equality is
You have
greater
two
than.
choices, greater than or
Greater
equal
than.
or less than or equal.
Oh God, I don't know that one.
No, this
Okay.
is a symbol and this is a symbol. This is greater than or equal. This is less than or equal. Now you say it's getting smaller. So what goes behind my X? Greater than or equal or
Less than or equal.
That's right.
Less
Very
than
good.
equal.
That's it. Very good. So I put less than or equal 1. That's it. That's the inequality where this dot is and it's enclosed. So it can't be anything other than a greater than or equal or less than or equal. And
Less than
since
equal,
these
yes.
numbers are getting
Left hand side,
smaller,
negative.
yeah, they're getting
Negative, right.
smaller, going in this direction, then I know that my number's got to be less than or equal to 1. And this is including 1 because we say less than or equal. So some of the values are 1, some of the values like -3, all these numbers could satisfy that inequality. Got it?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, see, Audrey, once I shaded that, then it can't be greater than or less than. It's got to be either greater than or equal or less than
Greater
or
than
equal.
or equal or less than. Okay.
That's it. It's got to be one of these, either greater than or equal or less than or equal. And it includes the one, because greater than or equal says either equal to the value or greater than the value. Either equal to the value or less than the value. Both is satisfy
Okay.
the equal and the less than, or the equal and the greater than. And you include the one is included. Whereas where I say greater than or less than, that number where you put the dot is not included.
The dot that is, yeah, that is
Yeah,
closing in.
because it's greater than or
Yeah.
less than. Got it?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking.
Making sense? Yeah, you can eliminate. The nice thing about this is you can eliminate two sets of answers. Because once you shade the dot,
Shade it. That you
then
shade it in. Once you shade
it
it in, you
can't
know that
be,
it's greater than
yeah,
or
once you
equal to.
say shade the dot, you can't have a greater, in other
Greater
words.
than or less than.
That's right.
Yeah.
Once you see it
Okay.
shaded, it can't be
Right. It
greater
has
than or less than. You can just eliminate
or
them.
less than.
So
Okay.
those are possible
Right.
answers. You say, oh, can't be one of those. It's shaded. It's got to be either greater than or equal or less than or equal. So it's a nice,
Yes.
neat way to get your first estimation of what something is. Because once it's shaded,
Right.
you know what the symbol is. It's got to be one of these. Now you look at the on the number line and see which direction it's going, and they're getting smaller. So that means less than or equal. If they were getting bigger, you'd say greater than or equal. Got it?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Any questions on graphing on the number line? Any questions? Maureen, you clear? Mercedes, you clear?
So far, miss, I reviewed it.
Graphing on the number line. Okay. I wanted to look at okay. All right. Here's some that's already done. Okay, write the inequality for this number line. Now here's some that's already pre-printed, and I want you to tell me the inequality. Just anybody want to volunteer and tell me? You see it's open, so you have two choices, either greater than or less than. Anybody want to tell me the answer?
Yes. 3 is greater than.
It's
Less
greater.
than.
So
3 is less than.
okay, give me
1.
the inequality.
3
Oh, no, you want
is
you
2.
want a variable, Audrey. Give me a variable from A to Z.
From A to Z.
Yeah, just give me a
Okay.
variable. What do you want to use?
Okay. A is less than.
A is it less or greater?
Greater than.
Greater than what? Right there.
3. 3
No,
or
right
1.
here. No.
Negative.
The circle is on the -1. So it'd be A
Negative 1.
greater than -1. That's it.
Negative 1. Okay.
Yeah, the circle is on the -1, Audrey. So that's
Okay.
where you're going to put -1. It's increasing because from -1 to 0 is an increase. 0 to 1 is an increase.
Mhm.
So it's going in the direction of increase. So A greater than -1.
Negative
got
1.
it?
Okay. Yes.
Mercedes, you got it? Mercedes, are you there?
Yeah, I got it now. I got it.
Mercedes?
When the circle is moved,
Okay.
the
Maureen,
must be gone. Or it's-
Yeah,
are you clear on this?
yeah,
You see this is an open dot.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
got to be greater or less. Now, the direction of the line tells you if it's increasing. -1 in this direction is an increase, so that's why you use greater than.
Oh,
Okay, now let's go to another one. All right, volunteers, who want to tell me this one?
okay.
First
It
of all, it's
is
shaded, so you know it's got to be either greater than or equal, or less than or equal. What did I write, Maureen? First, give me a variable from A to Z.
a B.
Okay, B is what?
It is less than.
Oh, it's got to be a less than or equal or greater than or equal, because it's shaded. So
Oh yeah, shit.
that's it. So what would be the answer? You're on the right track.
It's less
Greater than
than.
3.
Less than or equal,
Yeah.
right? Less than or equal, and what's the
Yeah.
value, Maureen? The dot is
3.
on what? That's it. You got it. Excellent. You see, it's on the 3. It's shaded, so it's got to be a less than or equal because the values are decreasing, going towards in this direction. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
So Maureen is absolutely correct. B less than or equal to 3. And you get the 3 because that's where the dot is, on the 3. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Mercedes. Mercedes, are you there? Mercedes must be asleep. Okay, Audrey. Okay, give me the inequality for this one. You see it's shaded, so you know your possibilities. So tell me what to write.
Okay, shaded. So, okay. So
Pick a variable,
-2.
A to Z. Tell me what to write.
Okay. So C,
C.
um,
Got two choices, less than or equal or greater than or equal. What do I write?
less than.
Less than or equal. Right? If it's shaded, it's got to be
Less than 3.
less than or equal.
Less
And what?
than 3.
No. The dot is on what number?
The dot is on 2, less than 2.
That's -2.
Well, oh, -2, yes.
That's a -2, right? So less than or equal
Yeah,
to -2.
yeah.
You
Okay.
know it's
Oh, now
less than or
I
equal
forget.
or greater than or equal because it's shaded,
All right, it's greater
right?
than -2.
It's
Yes.
shaded. Okay, and it's on the -2, and it's no, this is not it. That's not decreasing, that's increasing, right, Audrey? Because isn't it getting greater? -1 is bigger than a -2, so this should not be less than or equal. It's got to be greater than or equal.
Greater than, that's what you're
Yeah,
saying just now.
greater
Greater
than or
than.
equal. Let's just take that out. So let's put your C here. C is greater than or equal -2, because that's an increase in direction, right? Because from -2 in this direction is increasing. It would have to go the other way for decreasing. Got it?
Okay.
Any questions?
Good. That is less than, greater than or
Yeah.
equal to.
Well, see, when you see the dot shaded, you've got the greater than over the dash, or you got less than over the dash, because it's got to be one of the two if it's shaded. Greater than or equal, or less
Yeah.
than or equal. If it's increasing, it's greater than or equal. And this is increasing, going from -2 up, let's say this is like about 3.5. Okay.
All right.
Any questions?
Yeah.
So we'll do one more. Okay. Now, this has the pi values, but it works the same.
Uh,
All right. Maureen, you want to tell me what this one is? It's open, so you know it's got to be greater than or equal.
equals to, yeah.
So just give me a symbol. Give me a variable to write. What variable?
D, a D,
Okay, D.
uh,
Now, is it increasing or decreasing?
it's increasing.
That's right. So D greater than what? And the dot is where? Right
Where
here.
did that is by -7
That's a
or
minus.
-1
Well, that's a pi.
or pi
Minus
Pi.
pi.
Okay.
Okay.
uh,
So D greater than a minus pi. So this is minus pi 0 plus pi 2 pi. And on the left side, minus 2 pi minus 3 pi. So D greater than minus pi.
that's pi.
That's the answer for the inequality. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you can do those. Now I want you to do, okay. We'll do just one more. I want to look at inequality word problems. I want you to be able to read word problems and write in inequality. So I want you to read this and then tell me what to write. Volunteer. Anybody want to volunteer?
I can read. A baker need more than 120 minutes to let the dough rise. Write an equality and describe that describes the number of minutes needed for the dough to rise.
Now I gave you the variable M. So Maureen, what would I write? You know what I would write?
Okay, and baker need more than 120 minutes.
There's your key right there. More than 120. So what would I write, Maureen?
I gotta figure it out. I ain't figured it out yet.
Greater than.
No,
And greater than.
Right, and
well,
equality
M
with
is the
describe
number
M.
of minutes, so you know you put
Yeah.
M. Now, what symbol do I put here? Or do
Greater
you
than.
know? Greater than. That's it. Greater than. And what goes behind that, Audrey?
120.
120.
120.
That's it. That's it. That's your
120.
answer. Just like that. That's it.
Mercy, do you sleeping?
I think she's sleeping. Okay. More than 120. So M, they gave you the variable here. M, the number of minutes. So your number of minutes must be more than 120. So that's greater than 120. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just do one more word problem. Okay. Now here is one. It's got a little more in it. And I want to see, I want you to read it and tell me what you think the answer is.
You have $20 to spend on taxi fare. The ride costs $5 plus $2.50 per kilometer. Write an equality to determine the distance in kilometers D. You can write for $20. Write the equality to determine the distance of kilograms D. You can write in $20 for $20.
Yeah, that's like repeated it. So
Yeah, yeah, I repeat, yeah.
yeah, it was another part to this. Let's just take that out.
Okay.
Okay. Now you got $20 to spend.
Uh-huh.
Your ride costs you $5 plus $2.50 per
Kilogram,
kilometer.
kilometer.
Now we letting D represent the kilometers. So what would we write here?
D,
Not P, she said D.
I say D.
Right? Oh, sorry.
So what would you write, Maureen?
D, the distance.
No, D distance in kilometers. But how much does each kilometer cost?
250, so D minus 250 divided
Not
by
minus
5.
that,
Mm.
Audrey.
Plus,
No, times.
times. Well,
You-
D times
you-
Oh,
250.
Okay,
times.
so 250